Yeah, we were looking for a space as choral conductors, many of us got into choral conducting because we're singers first, and also needing a place for ourselves to sort of express musically.
Between the two of us, we knew quite a few singers who were school teachers or parents of young children, and they just didn't have the time to commit to that much rehearsal. So we wondered what it would be like to do a concert with a group of sopranos and altos that we knew who could do a concert with very little rehearsal and who might enjoy the experience. And we put out some feelers that fall and then put together our first concert in February of 2020.
Working with Anne was incredible in the spring, and she brought in some of the best singers in the area, and it is so freeing to sing with people where you just blend so well. You all are on the same page, and Anne is just so kind with her feedback and her direction. So I'm a big fan of her. And so when she asked me to do this, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I want to sing with these beautiful people.
Yeah, I think it's really special to get to work with phenomenal musicians like the singers who are in Musing. Both experiences that I've had, it's just really rare. It's really special. It's an outlet for me to get to be musical in a way that's not teaching and a way that feeds my soul as well. And so I am just always leaving so inspired and uplifted by the high level of work that everyone does.
You know, I think one of the things that choir directors really do miss out on is the opportunity to sing collaboratively in a community. That when you're in that choir director position, whether you're working with junior high students like some of our members do, or college or adults, you're still in at least somewhat a position of authority where you manage what's happening musically, but you don't get to engage in it with the people in that community. So one of the wonderful things about Musing is that we don't have to just direct, we also get to sing. And I can speak for me personally that definitely reinvigorates my own love of choral music. It excites me, it motivates me, and I carry that into all of my singing and conducting work, not just the time I spend with Musing.
Yeah, I would echo that. I've been excited about doing complex repertoire with a group that's very, very capable of high-level music making, and to be able to, as Anne said, to not really conduct, right? We don't have a conductor at the front when we perform. Anne and I are within the ensemble, and we co-lead the entire thing, from the roster to the repertoire to the schedule. And so it's a very collaborative effort, and I would say kind of a non-hierarchical model. I think our singers really enjoy that as well, that it's a collaborative experience where their musical ideas are part of the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've always felt like I was kind of occupying two roles as a musician. You know, like I was a conductor and a singer, and that's always been very, very important to me to continue. When I started at SU, I had a 4-month-old little boy. And so, as you can imagine, that's a little disruptive for your nights out, your rehearsals, those kinds of things. And then shortly followed by the pandemic. And so finding a place, particularly a local place for me, where I could have really high level ensemble experience, again, that fits into my current life as a teacher and a parent, I think has been really meaningful to have this outlet.
Yeah.
I know that our singers have really appreciated that as well.
I think the pandemic was one of the darkest and hardest times of my life. I think professionally as a choir teacher, I was being called on and expected by my bosses and by parents in the community to give this very special experience to students in a time where that was really hard. And we were online, and it just kind of felt like I was throwing myself like a spaghetti noodle against the cabinet. Like it just felt impossible. And I felt really lost in that time. And like, I didn't know what I was good for. I didn't feel like the world needed choral music at that time. I felt like my place in the world just became very, very small and very, very meaningless and purposeless. And I was really lost. But I feel like after I worked through those feelings of grief, of kind of losing that choral experience, I realized how much it actually did mean to me and why I was so angry, which is because I had never felt betrayed by music before. And trying to teach in the pandemic felt like music had betrayed me for the first time. Like, how could you leave me? You know, it was just a lot. So I felt like realizing how sad I really was actually weirdly helped me come back out of it and get back on my feet to help inspire students to keep doing it and say, hey, like, it didn't actually leave. The method in which we did it left for a little bit, but we came back and we're doing it. And everything that I've pursued since then has reaffirmed that it's the most worthwhile thing that I do. So I think music, I don't know, it's everything.
I didn't really realize how much it meant to me until suddenly I was without it. And the onset of the pandemic was that moment for me personally. I happened to be married to a trumpet player who was able to practice his instrument at home. And it's different for a choir director. You can't just resurrect a choir in your home when everybody's isolating. And so coming back to it, and I think coming back to music in general has made me realize that I've enjoyed not just the academic side of it, but also the physical aspects of it, the way your body buzzes when you sing, the way your sort of the space around you resonates with the voices of others, and then being with others in a community moving towards a particular purpose.
When I was at like the end of that 2-year mark, I just realized my soul was missing something, and there was just kind of an emptiness in me, in my spirit, and when I started doing music again, I was like, oh, this is it. Like, I just need this back in my life, and then I'll be a lot better. So it's just a part of us, I think, we all like connect to it at a young age or as a young adult, and once it's there, it like doesn't leave.
Be like the bird that, pausing in her flight, awhile on pastures light, feels them give way beneath her, and sings and sings and sings, knowing she hath wings. Be like the bird that, pausing in her flight, awhile on pastures light, feels them give way beneath her, and sings, knowing she hath wings. The gift to be saved.